So first we just do this thing where we're going high, but we're just learning here. We learn to stay focused. I'm looking focused here. It's about keeping the center line focused and just being able to switch feet while we're doing this, and then we go low. So it's just learning to keep this, so it's beginning of a level of sparring, and then we're learning to go high and low. So we can switch off, and that's how I did the switch. And now we maybe go high, high, low, low, high, high. And then later we would work this to where we're learning now to move, and I may be going too fast. We're learning to do things in a circle. So we get this idea of this, the training, the actuality is this, we're learning to get this movement in our sparring and learning more about distancing, striking weapons, which could be hands. We're learning to go high, learning to go low, as we're keeping our movement, but keeping our focus center. So there's a whole lot of lessons that are going on, even in a simple little drill or training, right? I looked at all the parts and pieces as I developed this out so that each progression built a different thing in the student.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was great training today, man.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
Thank you. And I appreciate all your help.
Yeah, thanks for coming. You're doing so good. Really.
Thank you.
Yeah, doing really great.
Thank you. And actually, I wanted to ask you a question. Sure. I know we've got our TAI KAI coming up for 2019.
Yeah. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, me too. I'm very interested in going.
Okay, cool.
But I have some questions.
You'll really love it.
Oh, I hope I will. I have some questions for you.
All right.
I know the theme this year is finding and living your true power on the warrior path. What does that mean?
Well, come to the TAI KAI, and I can spend 3.5 days integrating that, right, and helping you learn from the inside out about who you are as a person, what it is to be a warrior, and how to embody and to get more strength in who you are. There's a lot of, as you must know, the martial arts, a lot of them began in temples or was practiced in temples as something sacred when it wasn't just warring times. Martial arts is much more than just learning about kicking, punching, throwing people, using swords and knives and all the cool stuff that we use. And of course it's that as well. But really, to me, Buddha is life. Martial arts is life. Budo, you know. Bu is the warrior aspect or the warrior nature, and Do is that of the path, right, or the way. And so I want to teach people more about, or share with them, because I do, instead of really teaching, I look at myself this way. I use the title Doshi, means Do is the same as the Tao, right? Is like in Chinese the Tao, or the way, or the path. And the Shi is the aspect of being someone who shares or shows the way or the path. I have manuals and courses and all that kind of stuff for actual techniques that are great to learn. So I really just wanted to show people to help polish who they are as a human being. And we do that through the aspects of, say, learning sword or learning how to take care of our bodies, right? And Junon Taiso and would be a Ninjutsu, or the Dao Yin, which means Yin is guiding the Dao. So we're taking, I use that because that's the older concept of, which now known as Qigong, which actually was formulated in the earlier 1900s, but for hundreds of years, if not thousands of years, the practice was Dao Yin, because the difference between the technique, and I'm going to what your answer your question. Instead of learning techniques, actual chi or energy techniques, it's really, to me, is that that's an outside thing. I have a technique thing that I learn. And then there's this inner nature of myself, which is the Tao, is my own being, learning more about my own nature, the nature of my body, my communication with life itself, or whatever happens and stuff in life, right? And to be able to guide that, to be able to guide the energies of my body. Why is something stagnant in my knee hurting? The knee hurting could be a result of something totally different going on in the body. Could be something going on. This knee could hurt, but it could be something that's going on that ankle, and you're limping, and so it gets pressures to the outsides of the joints and the rest of the body. The same thing where blockages, where something's going on the hamstring muscle. Well, that could be because you've got stomach issues and things from things you've been eating, or stagnation of foods or whatever. So, and it's weakening that particular muscle, which then could cause back troubles and all the rest of the stuff. So it's a whole symbiotic thing. And so at the Tai Kai and in life, and where I'm going deeper in my teachings, is teaching people as a whole integrated model to become a full spectrum human being, if you will. And that's why the Bushindo Tai Kai encompasses all the different arts that I teach. We'll be learning, the Eskrima arts and stuff that, you came here to learn today, the Ninjutsu arts that you also practice, and, anything else. I don't want to be limited, right?
Right.
Okay, we're going to go deep in all these different things, and I'll try to separate it when I'm teaching it, because I like to give credit where it's due, but I'm looking at this integration from this 50 years of martial arts that I'm teaching, to teach people to find the power in themselves, to find what's weak in themselves, right? And to work on those weaknesses, to discover that. And we may discover that through just a standing practice of learning some Qigong and some standing movements and some ways of integrating the movement and the flow. I have a whole process that teaches that integration to where you first learn just to connect with you, to connect with your breath, to connect with your body, and then you just learn what it is just to move something, to where you begin to learn the energy feel instead of just the muscle feel. You begin to learn the consciousness of what it is to do a movement. And then you learn to integrate that into, just have that there.
I saw it.
Learn to integrate that into, a movement that you may do for cutting or a technique or whatever. But we begin to learn the martial arts from the inside out. It's kind of how it was taught in the temples. First you learn, that's why you learn to meditate. You learn, which we'll go through, and some high meditation practices, and to be able to clear your mind, to integrate that into your natural integrated movement, to connect that into a relationship with another person, where you were doing taijutsu, or body movement, whether it's against punches, kicks, chokes, or whatever. We'll go through a whole gamut of everything. And then we'll learn to move that into, weapons, and learning how to defend against sticks and knives, and, play with a bow, staff, and swords, of course. I love swords. And so we'll learn to go through all of the warriorship things as we build our own nature and our own connection and communication with other people at the same time, right? Because it's how we interact in the world, and your training partner can become a mirror. Are you muscling and powering, or trying to use too much muscle and power, or using too much muscle and power because you're afraid you're going to lose or you're going to be hurt in that situation? Yeah. Sometimes that's what we go to. And we do that with a training partner, so we have to work on the Tao of our life, and we may do that with a mate and not realize that, we're doing that with a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. That we're doing that same kind of thing when things get a little too tense. We get a little bit louder in our words because, it's really because we're afraid to be intimate or hurt in that situation. So we go to our, defense, right? Or we try to muscle and say, stop doing that. You can't do that. And then that's controlling, and they move farther away. And then we're going, I'm sorry. They're trying to chase them, right? Or whatever. So all these relationships all work about our own power. But I'm going to do some specific talks on about how to work on the mental aspects and the spiritual aspects so that we can build that strength, because really that's what people come to martial arts for a lot, is to feel stronger in who they are.
Absolutely.
And I know this is a long discourse answer.
I know, I had like 100 questions and you answered a bunch of them right there.
Well, good.
Most of them.
Well, the rest of them you're going to have to come to the Tai Kai.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, that's the idea of the Tai Kai.
Okay.
It's really to really study warriorship, on every level, and to integrate it, to have it as an integrated thing. We have a great time. We have a lot of fun. We'll train, but we'll also get together you know, and eat some good food because there's a lot of buffets. Oh my God, $9.95, and it's like endless everything. I should, you know, it's like I only go for the buffet. You know? and that people are paying me to throw them around. That's like,
Yeah.
you know,
It's an honor to get beaten up by you.
I'm glad I've come to that level because
Right.
I've certainly paid many people, you know,
Right.
along the line to do that. It's all a great journey.
Yeah. So, and then just to clarify, so the arts that we're going to be studying while we're there, so we're going to have eskrima
Mm-hmm.
and ninjutsu.
Mm-hmm.
What else might we be having?
Sword, Bushindo sword, yeah.
Okay.
And some inner art practices, Daoyin.
Okay.
But yeah, and an integration of all that. Sometimes we'll just integrate it. There's some things that work better in different concepts or contexts of, for each different art. But we will have specific, you know, ninjutsu training, specific to Gorgeous training. But you just be ready for anything. I want to be more unlimited in that. But, you know, I'll define it out when it's time for that. And they'll be
Awesome.
testing in both things too. So,
Okay.
but yeah.
All right. And
So you coming?
I'm going to come.
All right.
I'm
You're
going to
come.
come. When is
All
it
right.
again?
It's April, I don't know, 4th, 5th,
4th through
6th.
8th.
That's where, yeah. Thursday through Thursday night, about 7 to Sunday at 4:30, probably break.
Awesome.
People
Okay.
on the road.
And then where is it at again?
Carson City, Nevada.
Carson City.
And when you
Okay.
sign up, you'll get an email. It gives you all the details of everything you need to know, including location. We don't put the location after it's kind of a ninja thing, you know.
Yes.
So we just really want to invite people to come. And I do my best. I'm not trying to promote it a lot because I really like to keep it smaller and more intimate. I really like, because it's a major bond. Everybody really, that's the difference in my training is, well, and some others, is that everybody, no matter what system, and whether, because we'll have people from all different levels and all different kinds of trainings and grandmaster even from other systems, and we just love to get together and learn and study and share. I just happen to be the person, you know, that's guiding the mat at the time, you know. So
Okay.
right,
Great. And then to sign up, where would I go do that?
you go to the website Ninjutsu.com. Is a good place. Events, yeah. it's a good
Okay.
place to sign up.
Awesome. Well, then I'll be signing up
Or you can
today.
pay me cash today. No,
There we
kidding.
go.
All right, man.
Thank you, Doshi.
See you
I
there, man.
appreciate it.
All right, great. See you there.
See you there.